Have you ever wondered what would happen if you changed one thing? Would it affect your life? Now, if you have changed to a different school or went to a different school, would your life have been changed dramatically? Would you have the same opportunities? Would you turn out different? Now, if you had to change something about yourself, what would that be? Would you change your height, your intelligence, your eyesight, your hair color, the color of your eyes? Or would you go as far as changing the cell that would later on in life lead to you having cancer? Today I'm talking about CRISPR and how it could be very efficient to use on humans and how it could help us out advance later on in life and prevent many things. Now, I have talked about CRISPR many times over when I went to high school. I talked about it in biology, I talked about it in my technology class, and I also talked about it in English. Now, the main points I want to get by you guys is what it can do for your body, how it is, what it can be used for, how people even see CRISPR, or even how much it costs. So, CRISPR is the type of gene editing that requires to pluck out one piece of DNA and change it that can change everything about your body. One piece of DNA can stop you from having cancer. One can make you grow taller. One can make you shorter. Just the smallest editing can do anything. One of the biggest breakthroughs in 1990 was the sheep called Dolly. Dolly was engineered to be a clone born of the same nature. Dolly was its mother, essentially, as a clone, giving birth. This was made happen by Ian Wilmington and Keith Campbell. And then also, in the studies of dairy cow using, they show that each selected sperm and each little tiny bit of gene editing is helping to make better milk or even making cows bigger, like, for example, a Belgian cow. Now, the things that it could do for humans, it could essentially terminate terminal illness. It can get rid of hereditary diseases. So if your family had a long line of diabetes or sickle cells, we can easily edit that out of your own genome and give you a life of freedom from your ancestors' disease. Now, the main thing about this is that many people will consider this unethical. But if you think about it, it could help a lot. Many people will say that you should not be playing God. You should not change things that you're born with. But if it's to save a sickly family member or prevent them from becoming sick, or would you just let them suffer through the moments? This is a very soft topic to most people because many don't believe that gene editing is required and that if God wills it, it should happen. But many other people say if we can prevent it, and isn't it our duty to prevent it? And that's what they say in baby number 4 for one of my articles. They say they don't know, they can't predict the impact of emerging technologies. Not everyone's going to have the same reaction. One person can go scot-free, nothing happens, everything's changed. But one person could get that same thing changed, but have a mutation because of their body, and it can really come out with horror effects. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is what it could do and the cost of it. You see, the cost in an article that I found that therapy available but costs millions over this science is explaining that if you wanted to change a very serious case, it will cost up to $500,000 to $1.5 million, and that's not even accounting for how much it was going the drugs and the medication to make sure that your body is going healthy. That could tack on easily $750,000 every year. That is a steep price to stop a small disease. But the thing is, the cost is only half the battle. It is treatments after treatments, and hopefully nothing goes wrong. Now we go on to who is available for. Now that's something most people don't like to talk about. If you think about it, would you be able to afford it on a college budget? Would your family be able to afford it? Would low income people be able to afford it? This is tacking on to how people in the elite are the only ones that can afford it. And with the elite, people don't like that because that would also bring an unfair advantage to the youth. Now imagine just making genetically engineering the next Einstein, genetically engineering the next Mozart. Is that really fair in life to predict what your kid will turn out to be in the future? Is it your job to go that far? Personally, I believe you should only use CRISPR just to stop illness, not to enhance your offspring. And today I just wanted to talk about just how will you pay for it, and how willing are you to pay for CRISPR? And the pros and cons outweigh each other in every turn. Now, I'll ask again. Would you wish to change that one small thing in your life that could affect everything?